Welcome to the show.
This guy got a mistletoe belt on.
Gosh, that is bad.
The whole plane smells like weed.
Those were the days.
It's a joke, you idiot. Looked in the mirror, I'm like,
Good old innocent fun. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Troublemakers, the podcast where each week we bring on a guest and they tell crazy stories about their lives. I'm your host, Dylan Krasinski, coming to you from a beautiful day in Astoria, Queens. With me every week as always, but not with me for the intro because our schedules got screwed up and I'm doing the intro by myself for today's episode. But shout out to Ray Zawodni, who is going to be here for the intro next week, but not here today. So in the interest of missing Ray, missing hanging out with him, I'm going to try my best to bring him to your ears and your eyes right now with Ray. Oh, thank you very much, Dylan. Big shout out to Dylan, who's with me every week. And let me tell you this. I just want to thank everybody who listens and watches every week. And if you could do us a favor, subscribe to our YouTube, give us a like, engage with us, leave a comment, leave a like, leave a review if you listen on Spotify or Apple Pods. And let me tell you this. If I go on there and I monitor them pretty closely and I see a negative comment about me or my backwards hat or anything about Dylan, frankly, I wouldn't like that at all. And if you do that, I'll tell you this. I'm going to come to your house. I'm going to find out your identity. I'm going to steal it. I'm going to steal that identity right out of your mailbox. And I'm going to open a library card in your name. Now, you might be thinking, Ray, that doesn't seem too bad. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to open that library card, and I'm going to take out multiple books, and I'm going to bring them and right out of the library, throw them in the trash. And all of a sudden, you're going to be owing money to the library. How would you like that? I don't think you would. I don't think you'd like it very much. Anywho, we got a great episode for you today. I hope you guys liked my Ray impression. I think it was pretty accurate. I don't know. I got to put my hat backwards, but we'll see. We'll see if he likes it. He probably won't. He'll hate it. But anyway, let's get right into the episode. We got a great guest. First time on the pod, longtime friend of both me and Ray. Big shout out. Let's get into the episode. Jake Silberman, everybody.
No, but I mean, I did I made friends. It was a thing where now when I would go to mics or comedy
you
clubs,
can see somebody
hey, what's up, dude? Hey, dude, that was fun.
Yeah, right. You have a conversation
something
piece.
To talk about.
But yeah, no. The only conversation piece from that team is everybody's like, "How's your foot?" Every time, "How's your foot?" I'm like, "It's still fuckked up."
Not me though, dude. I say we built a rapport.
You did.
We were.
Thank you. You said we did.
We
had a QB1. Wide out one. We had a bang.
You're like Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson out there.
I was going to say.
I was like Aaron Rodgers, but for the Jets, where I immediately made a massive injury. Yeah.
Just out for the season.
Sean hits me up. He'll be like, "Yo, when you coming back, we could use you." I'm like, "Sean, I can't run, man. I don't know if I'll ever be able to run again. This is
Dude,
I'm fucked."
I mean, we play. We're recording this on a Thursday. We play Tuesday. My knees are still fucking with me, going down steps.
It really is so fucking sad how it just hits you one day where you're like, damn it, dude, it's not coming back.
Yeah.
You just I was athletic. I played high school basketball and was able to do sports well into my 20s. And then 1 year I had a knee injury in my late 20s and I was like, okay. And that took a lot longer to heal. And then, you start to slow down and you're like, I don't play basketball as much as I used to. I don't do this.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, flag football, how could it go wrong? Fucking 3 drives in, it's fucking over.
What was it? Your ankle, your knee?
Dude, I partially tore my plantar fascia.
Oh.
Which is,
underneath your foot.
Yeah. And it's a super rare injury. They don't have a lot, they can't do anything basically. And it's a shitty part because there's not much blood flow there. So you don't get blood going through to heal it.
You got to go get peptides, get injections into your foot.
Honestly, whatever, I don't know if I could afford any of this, but if Rogan has some shit, I'm listening. I don't give a fuck anymore, dude. I'm so tired of not. I was saying, like, I hustled to the subway. I was like, all right, I want to make this train. Pop, pop, pop. I sit down. I'm like, fuck.
Just throbbing.
It just
like,
hurts.
Boom, boom.
And this shit happened in October, bro.
That's crazy.
That was October.
Damn.
Pre-Halloween, this happened. I was on crutches on Halloween walking. I was so depressed.
Did it ruin your costume?
It was the costume.
You went as FDR?
Yeah.
You got a wheelchair? You just wheeled around?
Fucking New York too. Like, you don't realize, you're like,
Oh.
when you see people like who are like hobbling along,
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, okay, they're getting by. You realize so quickly, like, most of the subway stations, no elevator.
Yeah.
You're just fucking popping up on the stairs.
Well, not to mention, like, New York City is grandfathered in and doesn't have to be, like, ADA compliant in so many different places.
Yeah.
So, like, nobody has any sympathy for you.
At all.
Like if you're wheeling through, like, Times Square,
They're
or
mad.
crutching through people,
They
like, this
hate you.
fucking gimp move his ass.
He's like a war hero with no legs.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, get the fuck out of our way. I gotta go to the M&M store. Get the fuck out of my way.
You don't believe him that he's a
Yeah,
war
you're
hero.
like,
You're like, oh,
fuck
this
you.
scam again.
I mean, I was just, for the 2 months I was on crutches, I was like, dude, we gotta fight for our people, dude. This city's shit on us long enough. And truly, the day I got off crutches, like, this city's fine. I don't know what are we really gonna do? We can't put elevators everywhere, you know?
Oh, dude, I mean, it happens to me in an instant. I'll be walking to my car and a car like flies past me through the like the walking lane.
Yeah.
I'm like, these fucking drivers, they're assholes. Right when I hop in my car, I'm like, would this guy get out of the road?
Oh, dude.
Just switch sides
I
immediately.
do that all the time.
No, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's why you can't really trust people's opinions on anything, because it's like, where are you benefiting? If you're a driver, you want to run over a guy. If you're a walker, you want the guy's car to explode. So it's like, you know.
Yeah.
When I'm walking, especially if it's raining, that's where I go, oh, the pedestrian always gets the right of way.
Yeah.
Always in the rain. You can go. Yeah, I don't want you standing in the rain.
Well, that's
Oh,
another
okay.
I think about that in a car, too.
Oh,
I go,
okay. You're a hero.
I go, I was just walking in the rain. I got to let this guy go.
Yeah, you're a hero.
Not me, dude.
Yeah,
I
you're
paid
fucking
for this car. It's following the rules, and I'm going where I want.
Yeah, man.
The rain you don't realize, like, the rain you don't realize where, I mean, at least where I lived in Pittsburgh for most of my life, where it's like, you wanted to go somewhere, you walk outside, you go in your car, you drive to the place, you walk out, you go in the place. New York, you're outside so much that rain actually just wreaks havoc on your day.
Dude, rain is worse than snow in New York City.
By far.
By far.
Not-
I go,
not-
I'd rather have it snow right now.
Snow is romantic.
Dude, raining in February, that's the worst in New York City. When it's cold and it's raining, you're like,
Yeah.
I can't even wear a winter jacket because it's going to just absorb all the rain. And then
Also,
I'm
the
gonna be
rain here, it's like weird to say, but like I was living in Portland, Oregon before I moved out here,
Yeah.
and like the rain here is heavier. Like
Is it? Okay.
you get, it's like dumb to say, but you get like wetter.
Dude, also,
You get it's the Portland rain. No one, like, the whole thing about Portland people is they don't use umbrellas.
Oh, really?
They just go out in a raincoat and they just get hit by the, because it's like lighter. Here it's like, oh, you would be dead.
drenched.
You're drenched.
Also, I don't know if you do this now or if you do, but I refuse to carry an umbrella.
Really?
I just can't do it.
No, since moving here, I was like, oh, people use umbrellas. I'm using one.
I just can't do it. I just won't use an umbrella.
Dude,
You just getting hit?
if I see you, dude, that is embarrassing to walk into a place soaking wet.
Yeah.
What are you, 12?
Oh my god, dude! Well, I just
Grow up.
Can I
You
tell
like
you?
went to the water park?
Can I tell you this? I went to the Foo Fighters concert last night.
Oh, was it awesome?
Yeah, dude, it was so sick. But they canceled it halfway through because of the lightning.
Oh, wow.
It was lightning, so they played like half the show. Dude, the rain in City Field was pouring.
Yeah, dude. It was fucking.
It was
crazy
pouring.
last night.
That's so rock and roll of them.
I got
Well, it wasn't because they canceled
That's what I'm saying.
it.
To quit during the thunder.
Yeah.
Okay, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Dude, I will say they play in the rain. I've seen like stories of Foo Fighters. They'll like play in the downpour rain, but they were like, "Oh, we got lightning. We got to keep you guys safe." And you know,
But okay.
blah blah blah.
What does that mean though? Because they left the stage, but you stood out there for like an hour.
No, well, we were. They send everybody to like the concourse.
Oh, okay. So they make you get off the field.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We were in the seats anyway.
This was at where?
This was City Field.
So you're on the field.
No, people were, but we were in the stands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that just like?
Let's not get crazy. His
But
tickets
does
weren't
that?
good?
But does
Dude,
that?
do you know how much these tickets were? It was like $200 a pop.
Ooh, daddy.
And then I'm like, they only played half the show. I want to be like, dude, can we get a like half refund? What's going on here?
I feel like they should just come back and play like a free show for New York.
Well, they're playing on Friday. I think it's sold out. But like, they should be like, hey, come out tonight, Thursday, and get the second half of the show.
I would just want a personal apology from Dave Grohl. I would want him to send me like a Snapchat.
Dude, I will say though, when it rained, my friend was also there, and I was thinking of you when, because you didn't want to go. I offered Ray a ticket. He was
So
like,
glad
I'm
I didn't
good.
go.
I know, you would have hated it. Yeah. But when it was raining, I was like, hey, I text my friend. I'm like, hey, now that it's raining, like I'll come swing by and see you. She's from Boston. Is my mic going in and out?
I have no idea.
So I was like, oh, I'll come see you right in, there. So she's like, yeah, I'm in the 200s. I was like, where the fuck are the 200s? We're going up. It's like 1 to 3. Dude, she was in a suite. So we go up there. Dude, it was sick. It was so awesome. Then we just hung out there for an hour and like got free drinks.
Oh, at Citi Field?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Damn.
so that was nice.
Well, then, you don't get your refund.
No,
It was fun.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun.
you had like a pretty sweet little thing.
Yeah, it was great. It
You
was
had a
great.
pretty- I mean,
and then they canceled it at like 11:30. They maybe like 10:45.
The losers in like the $80 nosebleeds.
they got fucked.
That's tough.
They
They
got
get a
fucked.
refund.
Yeah.
They're soaking wet like children.
Yeah.
Dude, I got soaked on the way home. I was
Because
drenched.
you don't carry an umbrella.
I know. Oh, I'm not going to bring an umbrella to a baseball game like a lunatic.
I don't think I've ever. There's that old thing that they always say about New York, but it is the truth. I've never paid for an umbrella, nor have I ever managed to hang on to one. Like I just
always
find
lose
them
them.
somehow. And I
Yeah,
have
they
them
are
for a little
around, I
bit,
guess.
and I just lose them.
No, I used to have like a collection of umbrellas. I don't think I have one here.
Yeah, an umbrella used to be like a kind of like a thing that like you could be like, hey, I got a good one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Or people would be like, "Well, Jake, that's a really nice umbrella."
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like I
It
think
was like a
as you-
sign of luxury.
It
In,
is
like,
because
in,
it has
like,
like a
the-
wood handle and it lasts.
Yeah, it's like, oh, look how fancy he is.
Did you ever see Field of Dreams?
Yeah, of
Was
course.
Was that a cane or was he walking with an umbrella? Moonlight Graham.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Moonlight
yeah,
Graham.
yeah. I just watched that movie for
I gotta
the
get back to
first time.
Felicia. She's gonna think I have a girlfriend.
Oh, dude. Oh, so good. Can I tell you one more thing that I did at this concert that, and then we can talk about other people like our guest?
Sure.
So, dude, Ray's been, you know what? Ray's been fucking giving me attitude the last few weeks.
Yeah, is this like a? Do you guys have like a couple vibe where you're like a long-term married couple where you're like,
I think
we
we're-
love each other but we hate each other?
I think we're getting into that.
Really?
I think
that
we're
like
getting
phase
into that
of your
realm.
relationship.
Yeah.
How long have you guys known each other?
Phase of the pod right now.
Okay.
We've probably known each other like I don't know, like 7 years maybe.
The first time we met was in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we met years and years ago, but then we became friends probably like 3 years after that.
Okay.
Yeah, when I moved here.
So the honeymoon phase is over though.
It's over.
Okay.
Been over.
It's over. Dude, what the? I feel like this keeps popping now.
I don't hear it in my headphones.
I don't hear it in mine either.
I keep hearing it.
But you know what I do hear?
What?
Just the momentum coming to a screeching
I'm
halt.
sorry, dude. Okay. Okay. Let me tell this
There's that
story.
lover's
Let me
quarrel.
tell this story, and then we can move on.
Yeah,
And Ray's
yeah.
already gonna hate it. I know it, but maybe Jake will like it.
All right, I'm gonna. Well,
so-
I feel like the pressure's on me to like it right now.
Yeah,
so
please,
No,
do.
hey,
Please do.
no pressure.
no pressure, no pressure to like. Okay.
Oh, come on. So, I'm a big poster guy. I like to get posters at these concerts everywhere
Yeah.
I go, whether it's comedy shows, music shows, whatever. So I go, I'm a big like, oh, we got to get there. I want to get a concert. Then we'll get a poster and then we'll go to our seat. So I did this thing where it's just like, it was, like not fuck you money, but it was just like a life hack. And I was so proud of myself, dude. So I go to the first merch booth on like the first floor. They're sold out of posters. And he's like, nope, no more posters. And I was like, damn it, dude, that sucks. So I see a guy and I'm like, oh, where'd you get the poster? He's like, upstairs all the way up. But the line is crazy, crazy long. And I was like, all right, I'll go check it out. I go up. I see the line. I'm like, oh, that's not bad. I go like, it's like 10 people deep. And I get there and the guy goes, no, it's all the. I was like, that? Dude, it was like 200 people deep.
Jesus.
It was crazy. It was like all through the concourse,
Yeah.
circling.
Dude, also, so they get
For
the merch
merch.
money up front.
Yeah.
And
then they cancel
bail
the fucking show.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Would you say the line was ever long?
Oh, it was ever long. I will say I'll tell you, there was you're my hero. But he, so I go to the back of the line. The person I was with, I was like, if you want to like go get drinks while I wait on this, I'm gonna wait.
If you want to get me a drink while
And she was like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. So she walks away. Dude, 10 seconds later, I'm on the back of this line. I'm like, this is crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So I take a 20 out of my wallet.
Oh.
And I walk to the front of the line, and there was just this big dude standing there, and I go, hey, man. Excuse me. And he's like, yeah, what's up? And I was like, if I give you $20 in my card, will you buy me that poster?
Wait, he's a fan. He doesn't work
he was
there.
just online.
Oh, okay. Oh.
He was just like next online.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I give you $20 in my card, can you buy that for me? And he was like, yeah, sure. Dude, it was what would have been an hour wait turned into 25 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
And I got the poster and I went to my seat and it was awesome, dude. I met the person I was with. I met her like in the line. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" She was like, "What? What happened?" I was like, "Got my poster. No problem."
Man, I don't know if I've ever slipped anybody money.
No, you just ask.
No, I mean, like,
cool.
have you ever like like in movies? I assumed when I was an adult, at some point, I'd be like,
Yeah.
let's get this table. I've never done that.
And it would be playing like big band Sinatra music in
and
the
I'd be in a
background.
tux, and the woman in pearls that I was with would be like, I can't believe you got us I've never done that in my life.
know all these people,
Also, I don't even fucking know if I ever have $20 anymore.
It's crazy. I never have cash. I just like did laundry.
The idea that okay.
So that's why I had cash.
Have you done that before in a restaurant?
I've done. I feel
like guys do that still, right? Do guys do that?
I don't think it works anymore. I think
Why not though? Like, why can't they? They want money. The whole thing is like, fucking money makes shit move, right?
Yeah. I just don't know if it works as well as it used to. I don't know if a Jackson stretches the way that it used to.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe inflation.
You got to go with a Benjamin.
Yeah, a fucking Benjamin to get a table.
Yeah.
You're like, hey,
this was.
can we get that really nice table there? Here's 20. They're like, yeah, we get you a free dessert. That's fine. And they're like, well, I just gave you 20.
Yeah,
so then
see,
you
not
paid for the dessert.
Yeah.
All right, but fucking sit down.
Yeah, but you got to go. You can't go with someone who works there because they're like, oh, I can't. I'm get fired. So you got to go with like just a regular civilian. You're like, oh, dude, buy yourself a drink and buy me that. And
Yeah.
we'll be good.
My buddy, one time we were in Chicago doing shows, and so we went to a White Sox game during the day, and they had like a free hat giveaway, but I'm not a White Sox fan, so I was like, I'm never gonna wear that. It was like a bucket hat. My friend was like, whatever, I'll take it. And he was wearing it around, and a dude, we were in the nosebleeds, but we were walking out of the game, and the guy goes, I missed it. Can I give you $20 for that? He was like, of course. He just sold it to him.
Did he give you the $20?
He gave my friend. I didn't take one. But he just bought my friend's hat. He's like, I wanted that. I came here. I got here too late. It was like a free giveaway day.
Yeah.
And he was like, and my friend was like, I don't give a shit about baseball or the White Sox. So, of course. And he just sold it to him.
Hey, oh, that's great, dude.
My buddy from Pittsburgh, Matt, he used to go to a lot of Pirates games and get like wasted drunk. And he went on the Pride t-shirt giveaway. So it was like, I had a big Pirates emblem with like the Pride logo. And he just
Gay Pirates.
has it on.
Pirates.
Pirates, baby.
And he rips it off like Hulk Hogan's it off, right? And
This is Matt from the football team?
no, this is
Okay.
a dude that I came up with in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So then like his buddy gives him his shirt, his free giveaway shirt. He puts it on, fucking rips it off, right? So then somebody else that's not there is like, hey, take my shirt, do it. Fucking bang, rips it off. He does like 15 of them. Just ripping these shirts off. His hands all like cut open, but people are going fucking nuts, dude. And
There's a homophobic fan today here at the Pirates game.
Well, that's what was so funny is I don't think he was doing it because it was a Pride shirt.
You would hope not.
He was a free shirt.
He was just doing it because he thought it
Yeah.
was hilarious and like doing a
so
Hulk Hogan
funny.
thing. But then after the fact, it was like, hey man, you know the aesthetics.
Yeah.
Of this, right?
Dude,
He's like, I'm coming back on Black History Month day, and I'm doing the same fucking thing.
Yeah, I'm smashing Negro League bobbleheads. All right.
Dude, he's on ESPN the next day. Trouble in Pittsburgh as a fan lost his mind.
Yeah, I come to all the fucking minority nights, and I just fuck up their merch, man. It's kind of my thing now. It's kind of my fucking thing. I burned 27 yarmulkes on Jewish night. It was fucking awesome. Yeah, damn. Does Pittsburgh get wild? Like, is it like a wild? I mean, I've been there a few times. It's
No?
It's a fucking
a weird,
blue collar.
it's a weird town.
fun. It's a fun town. I mean, I don't think
It is
it's
a fun
like,
town.
When it comes to like sporting events too, like it doesn't have near the reputation of like Philly or
Okay.
Boston. You know, these people
Steelers fans don't get after it though.
we get fucking hammered
Yeah.
drunk, but like we're not.
You're not like throwing batteries at the opposing team.
No.
That's like Philly. Philly would be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, we bought all these AAAs. We're gonna throw them at the cornerback." You're like, "Oh, okay."
Snowballs at Santa Claus.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, that sounds fun. Fucking assault.
Got to go for the team, baby.
The best, with Philly being so bad, I was at a Mets game once. This is years ago, and I was very proud. And I did feel bad, but I was very proud of Mets fans heckled this couple so bad where they were like wearing Philly shirts that they left in like the 5th inning, and I was like, good for
Because Philly
good for New York, dude.
kind of deserves it when they go on the road.
Yeah.
It's like everyone knows you're assholes in Philly, so if you come to our place, like we know who you are. You know,
Yeah.
you suck.
And they just won the World Series.
Yeah, fuck them.
And they were like, this girl had a banner and she was like swinging up in the nosebleeds.
Was she hot?
No. And
Okay.
that's what I felt bad about because they went after her hard. They went
Oh,
after
they went after her looks?
Yeah, and the boyfriend is just like,
damn.
I think we gotta go. What is he gonna fight? Like,
Yeah.
7
Yeah.
grown like dudes?
Guys from fucking Queens?
Yeah.
No.
Who are like, I had to work 2 weeks to
Yeah.
get this nosebleed seat. Okay,
Fuck your ugly cow of a girlfriend
I've had
and get the
17
fuck back to
years.
Philly.
Yeah, that's what it was like, and I was just
Damn,
like,
so they just brutalized poor ugly people?
that's why I kind of felt bad, but I was also proud.
They weren't even in the like behind home plate. They were like, "You're poor, you're ugly, and you're from Philly. Go back,
Yeah, basically, I was like, hey,
go Mets. These seats were $5. We haven't had a winning season in 15 years. Go Mets." God damn, dude.
dude, it was wild.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I've never really seen like because you see shit online all the time. It's always weird when people who are rooting for the same team get in a fist fight.
Oh,
You're
that-
like, I thought this was the one thing that would bond strangers. Like, oh, you got the same jersey on me. But
Yeah.
it's like, it's so weird when you're like, damn, you just knocked out a guy who supposedly roots for the same people you do.
That's the only fight I've ever seen at a Steeler game. It was a one
Steeler on Steeler fan?
monstrously huge Steeler fan, and then one little drunk dude that kept bumping into him when we were walking out of the game. We had just lost, and the dude turned around and like hit him with like a palm down strike right
Like a
to his
cartoon?
face. Yes.
That's like a fucking Flintstone cartoon.
Just straight disrespect.
Yeah, like you don't even deserve the across the face. He's like, I'm going to tap your
Yeah.
head.
He turned around. I told you 3 times. Pat. Just
Damn.
dropped him. And then all these like ladies were like screaming. They were like, "You're both Steelers fans. You should be beating up a Jaguars fan."
Oh,
And it's
fuck
like,
yeah.
hey, ladies.
Jaguars.
Oh, fuck yeah.
The best fight video I've seen from a game was, have you seen the Yankees video where these like kids, it's like young guys are fighting. And dude, this like fucking big Italian Guido comes out of nowhere. You know, he's just sitting there. He's not involved at all.
Right.
And he's just like, oh yeah, baby, let's
He's been
fucking
activated.
go.
The Manchurian
Dude, they're like
candidate.
fighting, pushing each other. He comes out of nowhere, out of the like corner of the frame, and he just starts pounding dudes. And it's just, oh my God, what a fist. It's crazy. And then security comes and like the young guys are like crying. They're like, we're getting arrested. And this guy's like, yeah, dude,
I broke 3 knuckles to fuck you up.
been there.
Dude, it's kind of weird. Some of them, though, it's like, you're like, you can tell from the get, you're like, you already know who's going to get knocked out.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, I still feel bad. I don't know. I don't like seeing it.
No.
I don't want to see it anymore. I've seen so many knockout videos that you're just like, I don't want to see a guy go to sleep right now. Because especially the dudes when they're with their family, like they bought tickets for the whole family, and you're like, he's like a dad talking shit. I'm like, you're gonna get embarrassed. Like your son. This is a pivotal moment in your son's life. He's gonna be like, I'll always remember the time my dad was knocked out.
Dude.
I mean, so
When I
Watching
have
the
kids,
Braves and the Mets. Ugh.
bro, when I have kids,
it's like worse than watching your dad. Like if you walked in and your dad jacking off. Like I would rather be like, all right, at least he likes
or
porn.
fucking a guy.
Yeah, at least he
know?
fucks.
Yeah, you're like-
Getting knocked out by a guy, there's like, oh, dude.
Well, that's what, if I'm a dad and something like that happens, I have to be like 98% certain
that you're
That I'm
winning.
winning this
At least a draw. You have to go. You at least have to do. We're like, all right, we kind of bear hugged each other, and then they have to. And then it's like, I would have fucked him up. You need that moment.
Yeah.
You got to tell your son, like, I would have fucked him up.
Or if,
You know?
Or if I am losing and this guy's kicking my ass, I'm gonna look at the guy and be like, just kill me.
Yeah.
Just fucking kill me.
You gotta end it now, motherfucker. I can't do this.
Just kill me.
He's 8 years old. All he cares about is superhero movies. If I lose,
respect me, dog, you gotta fucking kill me right now.
I thought you were gonna
You just clench him by the ear. You're like, you gotta end it right now, dog.
end me.
End me.
just whisper. You're like, let me have this.
Because then you turn his son at least into a like revengeful like monster.
Yes, then your son can grow up.
He's Batman.
dude. He's
Kill that
Batman.
He's Batman.
He's Batman.
Yeah. You really have no choice. If you get beat up in front of your kid, you have to.
Yeah, man. Because I've never seen my dad get in a fight. My dad's never been in a fist fight in front of me. I don't know if he's ever been in a fist fight in his life, but like, it would be just catastrophic if I saw my dad get his ass beat.
Oh God.
I mean, I've
Especially as even now as an adult.
Well, now
I would
my
be
dad
like,
is 67. If my dad got in a fight now, I would be like, you will die probably.
What are you doing?
You're gonna die. One punch is gonna kill you.
Yeah, you'd have to step in. You'd have to take those punches.
Do you? I don't know.
Those
like,
are death blows.
No, my parents just visited a few weeks ago, and like I've always had this, but like I've been to a lot of places. I'm never really worried about my own safety. I'm never like you know, even if you're in like a fucking whatever, like a subway car late, and you see some guys, like I'm never like, oh man, you know, because I'm always at worst. I'm like, what's really gonna happen? But dude, when I'm with my parents, I am on guard. I am just like any weirdo that's around us. I'm like, nope, we're moving. I don't want like, because I'm just like, I'm gonna have to fucking, you know, obviously if my mom, it's over. I'm fucking going to death blows with anybody. But I'm like, I don't want this moment to happen. So I'm always like,
I'm the same way.
hyper aware. I'm like, you're old. I don't want anybody to mess with you. And my dad is like, he's like a big like give a homeless guy a buck guy. You know, he's just like it's like a good quality.
It is.
But like we're in New York, and you know some guy's coming up to us, and you know my dad is like pulling out his whole wallet.
Oh, you can't.
And I'm just like, and I'm kind of like, look, man, I know you're trying to do the right thing, but like, if this guy is out of his mind, you know, this one guy, he's like got pants falling off his ass, and he's just like, yeah, my dog, yeah, my dog. And my dad pulls out. I'm like, dude, if he just grabs this, like what I have to run after him now, you're not catching the motherfucker. Like, just like, if you want to do the dollar thing, like I told him, I was like, just have a couple bucks loose in your pocket so you can just be like, here you go. Get the fuck out of my way.
Where are they from?
They're from Minneapolis, from Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. They're like, no one would ever do this.
I mean, I don't think
don't you know?
it's
Nobody.
just like, and he, you know what? Nothing did happen, so whatever. But you're just like, dude, you're putting us in a situation where if something does happen, it can go very bad very quickly. Yeah. And in New York, because in Minneapolis, it's like rude, I think, almost to like tell a homeless person to fuck off because there's not as many.
Yeah.
But here it's like
you said fuck off to Gary?
Yeah, it's like, hey, man, he's the only guy on this block. But in New York, you're like, I saw 4 of them. I can't give $1 to everybody. And then you just, you know, you become calcified to the world and you don't care about anybody anymore.
I'm super protective of my mom when she's here, but she is also somebody that fortunately doesn't trust anybody.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
good.
Especially as you age, you should be like, all right, I don't know what you could do to me. Leave me alone.
Like she'll call like her health insurance company and they need her like identification number. She's like, all right, I can't talk to you on a cell phone. You gotta do it. And I'm like, Jesus
I'm going
Christ.
to the payphone down the block.
What are you, an enemy of the state?
Yeah.
How do I know it's not it's like, you called us, ma'am.
Yeah, she's so like, she won't like.
That's good though, because that's like, my mom a fucking couple weeks ago showed me this email. She's like, hey, they're asking. I was like, this is a scam. Delete this immediately. Like, she was like, what could this be? I was like, it could be that you would give them your info and all our money would be gone. So no, I was like, anything you see, delete anything like this. Yeah. They don't know you. They don't need shit from you. She kept it to show me. She's like, oh, do I need to? I was like, you don't. This is a clear scam.
It's like, Jake, when the Prince of Saudi Arabia personally asks you
like,
for help.
I need some inheritance.
You help
guys.
him.
I need a couple bucks when
Just
you
a
go.
little bit.
I just need a little help.
Well, that's what it's like. You know, people are still like, I'm like, why are they still calling me with this fucking car insurance scam? And the reason is because people are still falling for it. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
People are still like, oh shit, there's something wrong with my car insurance.
I got one a couple months ago when I actually won the foot thing. I didn't have insurance at the time. The funny thing about like injuring the foot is like right before we took the field that day, I think it was Turner. I was like, damn, man, I hope I don't get injured. I don't have health insurance. And like 20 minutes later, I had an absolute catastrophic injury.
Well, at least it can't get any worse.
Catastrophic.
I mean, truly, like it's completely affected my life in a way where I was like, oh, I might, I don't know.
No, it was catastrophic for our flag football team. You were one of our better receivers.
Wow.
Sean hits me up every other week. He's like, can you come back? I was like, Sean, I'm doing the best I can. I'm in the weight room. I'm fucking trained.
Dude, I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to hook you up with some med spa guys that I know. Okay. Maybe go to them and they'll hit you with some of that stuff that Aaron Rodgers
inject
stuff.
whatever you fucking want. I don't give a shit anymore.
It increases recovery time.
Whatever.
There was stuff that was it was on the shelves, and when Aaron Rodgers started using it, FDA pulled it off the shelves because they didn't want people like using it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because it like became, I forget what it was that he used, but it was, you could go to like GNC and get it.
And then he was like, this is great.
He's like, this is really good.
Yeah. They're like, absolutely not.
I just healed my Achilles in 3 months.
But I had an x-ray that I had to pay for out of pocket at like urgent care. And
my God.
It wasn't crazy. It was like 150 or whatever. So it wasn't like wild, but it was like, all right, this sucks. And then I paid it. Like I just paid the bill. And like 6 months later, I got a call from like an Indian lady. She's like, somehow had figured out that I went there. Like, I don't know how they hacked into the thing. She's like, hey, you have this outstanding bill. I was like, send me the fucking bill then. Like, absolutely not. Like, what do you, she was like, so you need to pay this right now. I was like, yeah, you can absolutely go fuck yourself. But if that was my fucking mom, they might be like, oh, well, I don't want to.
So that was a fakie.
Clearly a fakie. Because it was like, I paid it day of, like it was just like, yo, here's the money for this x-ray, we're even, right? And this lady, again, I don't know, they hacked the medical records or they got out, or you never know how this shit happens, but she was like, hey, I see, and she knew the urgent care, she was right about it. She was like, I see you in, but you have an outstanding balance. And I just was like, yes, tell them to send me the fucking bill. And I just hung up on her, but I knew immediately. But like, yeah, my folks or something, or somebody who's like, oh, well, I don't want my credit score. I mean, also I have no money, and I'm like, I don't worry about things like credit score, and I haven't paid my taxes in 4 years. So these things don't bother me as much. I can't, it's like harder to trick me because I'm like, what do you have on me at this point?
29 minutes and 38 seconds. We'll cut that.
I always think about that. I'm like, dude, you did all this research, but you didn't research that I have $150 in my bank account.
Look into the bank account.
That's what you're going to steal? Come on. What are we doing?
Look at my Instagram and follow me the years I lived in a van. Do you really think I'm like fucking, do you really think that I'm going to fucking pay for this?
The van years?
Yeah.
Dude, I even treat people that I actually do owe money the way that you treated that fake person.
Dude, you should. I mean, because eventually they might just give up.
I had an Easy Pass issue where it like, my card expired and I forgot to change it with Easy Pass.
Yeah.
So I was still just going through Easy Pass and I must have been like racking up tickets like all throughout the country. And then I get a call from one of the debt collectors and she hits me with the, you owe a debt from, some toll in Delaware. And I was like, okay, what's the damage? And she's like, it's $4,562.
Okay. Well, okay.
And then I was like, all right, yeah, good luck. Do you know the last time I had that much money? Never. Do you know how many people in my family have to get rich and then die and leave it to me? It's not happening. And I was like, dude, I'm like going off on this lady. And the problem was that she was actually nice, but she just caught me at a bad day. I said the words, I was like, I'll go to fucking jail before I pay you that much money.
$4,000 for tolls is fucking insane.
And then she goes, no, we don't want you to go to jail. I just looked here. We can knock it down. This is no bullshit. To $300. And
she dropped $3,700 off that bill.
Do you know why? Do you know what these fucking debt collectors do? Is
there's scum of the earth.
They buy it at they can't, like the MTA was giving me, or whatever entity it was, they give me all these fines and they add all these things and it takes what's like $60 and turns it into $1,000.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, fuck you, I ain't paying you. And then the debt collector's like, hey, we'll buy that off you $460. What it was, and we'll try to go get it.
Yeah.
And then if they could get anything over $60,
it's a profit.
It's a win.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that's
Scumbag
crazy. I hate
cocksuckers.
that. Every time those people call me, like if I had like, oh, dude, I just moved out of my place last year and I paid off the electric bill, but there was like an outstanding $60. Never got a letter. And then I got a letter from a debt collector and I was like, what the fuck is this? So I called him and he's like, oh yeah, we're employed by the company. I was like, no, you bought the debt. I go, I'll pay the original debt.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not paying you guys. Fuck
Yeah.
you. And I just went back and I paid the
There you go.
original bill.
Sometimes it's too much research though. Sometimes it gets too like convoluted, like where exactly you can pay. Because you'll call them and you'll be like, well, that's all fines. I can't pay that much money. And then they're like, well, we can't do anything about it. We got it from the original person you owed the debt to. Then you call them and they're like, well, we already passed it off, so it's not in our hands. And it's like, how the fuck do I just pay what I owe?
I guess you're not. No one's getting money then.
Yeah.
Sorry. I guess it's in this weird twilight zone where no one gets fucking paid.
Hey, you should give them a call. Figure it out and then get back to me.
Yeah.
Here's my $60. I'm leaving it on my front porch. Come get it. Dude, what was how long did you live in a van? I know we've talked about this, but I forget.
I've lived in a van basically for 3 summers.
Damn.
So the summer of 21, summer 22, and then last summer. And then this is the first summer I haven't done it.
Thank
And I'm in
God,
an
dude, with this heat wave.
Well, it was a heat wave last summer. I mean, it's always going to be hot.
Yeah.
In a van.
In a fucking apartment.
True.
You know? But yeah, the first year I did it was I like bought it and I was kind of like figuring out, because like I was supposed to move to New York in 2020. The pandemic happened. So I was like still like in Portland, kind of like figuring out like, all right, when can I fucking move?
Yeah.
And so I bought this van in the spring of 21 and I was like, as comedy was coming back, I did like a tour from Portland to here to New York and made a documentary about like comedy coming back after the pandemic.
Was that when I met you? I think I met you around then.
Yeah. Because I was in New York for like, I don't know, maybe a week doing spots and whatever, weird shows. I didn't really do any like the pandemic-y shows, like the rooftop or the park shows, because those were, I think, kind of done by that point. But yeah, I did that. And then the next summer when I moved out here, I was like, well, fuck it. Like, I got this van still. I'm going to drive my shit across the country, and like ended up kind of touring a lot. And then last summer I was like kind of figuring out what I was going to do. I still want to do the road. And I was in a miserable fucking place in Astoria. And so I was like, I'm going back to the van and wow. I was just with this fucking two guys. Fucking one of them was just a fucking brutal alcoholic and was just like a dumbass, and then the other guy, he was just kind of weird. Like, he wasn't that bad, but the apartment was trash, the guys were trash. I was like, it was my first place in New York.
Yeah.
Literally had posted on Facebook and was like, okay, like, I need a spot. And this guy hit me up that we were friends. I didn't even know him. Like a mutual, somehow we had just become Facebook friends over the years, and I never met the guy.
Were they comics?
One of them was. I'll tell you the name after.
I think I know who it is.
Yeah. Everybody, when I moved in, they're like, ooh,
Yeah.
not the move. And I was like,
I think our buddy Adam Gully fell into that same trap.
I think
too.
so.
Okay.
Wow.
I think,
Okay, I need to know this.
I think so.
Okay.
And yeah, just like whatever. I made the best of it. I mean, you're doing comedy, so I wasn't there that often. And like the problems were like, it was just gross, and we had a few issues. But after that, I was like, I want to get out of here and I want to hit the road again. So I just did it last summer and was like in New York, parked it in McCarran Park in Williamsburg, and then would hit the road when I needed to.
Damn.
Yeah.
So how like are you just in the van purely to sleep?
Yeah. I mean, once in a while, like if it's like, you're like, I mean, during the day, you're like, all right, you want to go hang out. But yeah, it sucks in the van. Because there's no AC. Like there's AC when I turn the car on, but I didn't have like an independent AC unit. I didn't have a vent cut in, so it was hot.
Yeah.
And then, it's like, it's a fucking like little mobile prison unit. I mean, I couldn't stand up. It wasn't like a tall van. It was a fucking 2002 E150. It was like a plumber's, a worker's van. It was like a white.
Oh yeah,
it was a white pedo van, basically.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I used to drive one of those in college.
Yeah, I lived in one in my 30s.
Hey, I'll see you. You used to drive one in
I'll
college.
see you. You used to drive one in college. I'll spend part of my 30s in one.
Oh, dude, I remember
man.
this was when I was in college. Quick story. It was like my junior year, and you had to like get a parking pass to park on campus, and I didn't want to get one, but I wanted to bring my dad let me take his extra van to college.
Come from an extra van family.
Well,
huh?
it was his work van, and he was like, "You
Dad's
can take
got
it.
a work van, huh?"
You can take it." He was like trying to sell it, and he's like, "You can take it for."
He's like, the pussy you're gonna get as a junior in college. The white van pussy you're gonna get is gonna be immaculate.
I took it for a month, I remember, between Thanksgiving and Christmas, just to, and people used to park, you know, they would like hide it and you might not get a ticket and stuff. So I was like, oh, I'll just do that. Not thinking about the fact that like there's just a white pedo van parked on campus. Like, of
they probably
course,
thought a bomb was in it.
they're
dude.
going to immediately know.
They're like, what is that?
What? Something's up.
Yeah.
Dude. So I remember I got a knock on the door one morning and they were like,
oh, wait,
security.
you slept in it?
No.
Oh, you knock on the door.
We slept like in the,
No,
in
he's
the
not
townhouse.
sleeping in a van like a piece of trash, dude.
Yeah, who would do that?
Dude, I
Who
was
would do-
21 years old. I'm not going to be fucking, I'm an adult.
Did you ever bring like a lady back to the van?
Okay, yeah, a couple times.
Hell yeah,
That's
dude.
bold. Yeah, dude.
Dude,
That's
I
powerful.
mean, okay, so one time I was in North Carolina and I invited this girl to a show that I had met a year previously. So, you know, we were like, there was a little vibe, but like nothing happened that time. But we were still Instagram like followers. And I was like, hey, I'm in town. I'm doing a show. Do you want to come out to the show?
Yeah.
Whatever. Just like, you know, hot chick, come to the show.
Great.
The show ended up being like not a good show. It was like very like I'd done the show I met her at was fantastic the year before, and it was the same producer. I was like, oh, this guy runs these like fun indie shows in North Carolina. I get to this one and it was like not the same venue. He had done no promotion. It was just like kind of an ambush show. And I was headlining it. This girl brought her and her two friends, and dude, I mean, I ate it for like 25 minutes because it was just some circumstance, some just like, yo, what the fuck is this? It was just like this huge bar. There was a couple people at the back of the bar. No one was really watching. At one point I looked over and all three of the girls were on their phones. Like I was just like, and I'm just like eating it. And I'm just like, okay, well, whatever. This is shot. Like, you know, this sucks. But I was like, fuck it. I'm in town for tonight. Whatever. So I hit her up. I was like, hey, sorry, that was a weird one. If you guys are going out, I'm down. Like, I have nothing to do anyways. She was like, yeah, we're at this bar. So went to this bar. Did the kind of, like, you know, after you're like trying to still hit on a chick, but you're also like, I just bombed in front of you.
That was so bad, dude.
Like, it's like,
I can't.
It's a very weird moment because you're like, well, fuck, I don't want this to ruin the night, but my night is ruined. Like, I hate bombing is the worst feeling. And then bombing when you've invited somebody out to, hey, come check this out.
And somebody that you want to think you're attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't, and even like, I was like, I think there is a vibe here. So if I just do okay, something could happen.
Yeah.
But I like plummeted in front of her. So she's like, whatever, we're at this bar. So we're hanging out. And then like, I'm repairing the vibe and I'm joking about it and whatever. And the night's kind of ending and I'm just like, okay, well, and she knows I'm in a van by this point. Like she's not unaware. And so she goes, I'd like to see the van.
Oh,
and I was like, huh.
what a move.
This is her. This because
Wow.
like first of all, as a van guy, you cannot put any pressure to be like, come back to the van.
Hey, you want to come see my
so
van?
I was just like, night's over, whatever. Like if she doesn't say anything, I'm just gonna go. Like I literally had parked it like 6 blocks up. I was just gonna sleep there on the street where I parked it. I was like, okay. So she's like, I'd like to see the van, and like even her girlfriends were like kind of gave her like the Jesus, dude.
Are you? Gee, oh God.
And I was like, okay. And so we walk up to the van, and like she like gets in it, and I like you got to be a fucking gentleman in a van.
In the van.
So I like leave the doors open because I'm not gonna close the door behind her. Like,
Especially because it's a sliding metal door.
it's just a like I'm just like
a
there's
prison cell.
no, it's the fucking it's the flop. It's the I don't know what you call
yeah,
it. Like
they
open
open doors,
up. Yeah.
they close. Dude, that's
So
like
you'd
an
have to
opening.
close two. You'd have to go boom, boom.
So she'd see it slowly just get darker.
Dude, so
like
I
the
just
opening of an
left it. So
SVU
she got
episode.
in and I got in, and then I was like, so I just left it open. It's the summer in North Carolina, like bugs are getting in. I'm just like, I'm not closing these unless you tell me. She's like, yeah, close the fucking door, asshole. I was like, okay, all right. And then we're just in there, and then, things start happening, and then we just fucked in that. We just fucked in the van. But it was just like, it was like, this girl I don't know.
They're like, Jennifer, I know your boyfriend just cheated on you, but like,
I think
a van?
I think I've told people that I think I was some sort of like checklist for women.
Oh, I like that.
I think it was like, I'm young, I'm hot. I want to like have a weird experience,
In a van.
Because like she'd seen me twice do comedy. The first time I met her, I did very well. So she was like, I know he can be funny.
Yes.
That was the thing.
Yeah.
The first time I saw her, like I crushed, and she was a part of the show because like she was texting and I kind of roasted her and like in the funny way. That's like she was like, okay, you got me. So bombing wasn't devastating because she was like, I remember you were good. So whatever.
Yeah.
And then I think she was probably like, I'm like young and hot and like, fuck it. Like, I'll fuck this guy in a van. Like, he's not going to be my husband.
Dude, I like.
Where did you and mom meet?
You're right. It's like,
I like
son.
that
it wasn't an app.
It was like she just kept being challenged. She was like, all right, maybe I'm going to fuck this guy tonight.
Dude, I mean,
and then it's like,
he bombed
in front of my friends.
in front of my friends. So now I'm like, I took them to a bad comedy show, and the guy I might want to fuck is a loser.
And then it's like the fucking cherry on top is like, all right, I will fuck him still. Oh, it's got to be in a van.
It's got to be in a van. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
It was wild. But, it happened. And, it was a good time.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
But it was just like, when you do it, you're like, what the fuck is going? Because even you're like, I'm surprised this is happening right now.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Dude, every time I have sex, I'm like, I'm shocked this is happening. I think most men are.
No.
They're
Yes.
like, wow.
Anytime I have sex, I'm like, this is crazy
This is
that you
why
had no other options
Why would
tonight.
you be here?
Yeah.
Even my girlfriend, I've been with 2 years. I'm like, I don't know why she's still doing this.
You got to
This
get
is
out of
awesome.
this, babe.
Yeah.
You got to get out of this.
Have you seen me? You know,
Yeah.
I'm rapidly gaining weight.
You got a good face, though, Ray.
Thank you.
You really do. You got a handsome face.
He's a good looking gentleman.
He is.
Did she sleep over in the van, or was she immediately like, all right, time to go?
So we did it in the van, and then you got to be a gentleman.
We did it in the van. Sounds so funny.
You got to be a gentleman.
Dude, it sounds like a 90s rock song.
I drove her home in the van, and then I slept in her bed.
Wow.
So that was that was a win for me because I was like, oh my God, air conditioning. I got to take a shower at her place.
Wow.
It's really like all the homeless accoutrement. I'm like, we got AC, we got a shower. I'm sleeping in a bed. She had to leave very early the next morning, let me sleep in, crush her move.
Dude. You're just like eating cereal. You're watching. You're like, I haven't seen TV.
She
in
did
years.
though. I do remember that she had to go to she was going to like a concert, like an all-day festival that day. So she was meeting a friend early to drive. It was like outside of it wasn't in the town. So she was like had to get up, and then I was like, I'm sleeping here, whatever. And then she texted me a few hours later. She's like, hey, my roommate's parents are coming by. Could you get out? Because like whatever, I get that. You don't want to be like, hey, So
hey, I'm Jake. That's my van outside.
Yeah, it's like it's got my Instagram handle on the side if you want to look up my work.
I like the, hey, you're not, it's like 3 p.m. She's like, you're not still at the place, by the way. And then you're sitting on her couch watching TV in one of her roads.
Yeah. My balls are hanging out. I'm just like, no, I've hit the road long ago.
I'm already in Denver.
Yeah, I got to go. But yeah, so that was the main one. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome story.
I love that, dude.
I love the ending's the best. It's like, yeah, sure, you bombed, but you got it sounds like you got a warm shower.
Dude, the sex must have been great for her because she's like, why don't you come?
I think I laid it down.
Yeah,
I think I
laid it down.
Dude.
Well, because you got van dick at that point. You're like,
gotta lay it down.
because dude, can you imagine bombing in front of a girl, trying to fuck her, and then like busting early?
You're like, oh.
you can't ruin an entire, because that's like. That's a bad week for the girl then. She's like, dude, I got it wrong. The weekend sucked. Went to a bad show. I got bad dick in a van. Like, no, you got to give her something. Yeah, she has to get a win. She has to get a win.
Yeah, her story from that point would be like, and if you think that's the worst part.
Yeah.
It
would have been like the yada yada yada. She'd be like,
The sex was-
I mentioned the show, Yeah, so no.
Sex was quicker than the host sex. Jesus.
Yeah, there is a pressure, I guess, to have when you're having sex in a van, because if you bust early, you're like, the cold reality for the woman sets in immediately.
Yeah.
It goes from like, wow, this is fun and we're risking it all to like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm looking up at a metal ceiling. Like,
It's a Plymouth Voyager.
yeah, what the fuck have I
going on
done?
here?
She's like, I got to go back to college. I got to get my AA, man. What the fuck?
I got a beautician school. We got to learn
How
how
was
to
that?
do some
Was there a
eyebrows.
lot of room in yours? Was there a lot of room to really?
I mean, Lowell, okay, like you can't stand up,
Okay.
but if she was on top, her head is not hitting it.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah.
Okay.
So it's not like it's not a coffin.
She's crawling in the van.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
yeah. Just keep going to the back.
Yeah, it's you can do on top stuff.
So you got options.
You got options.
Oh, that's
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
But you can't the post coitus hang is not great because it was like basically a
Dude, I love calling
Like, can I open the doors now?
Dude, wait,
We gotta get some air in here.
Post-coitus hang is
you know,
hilarious.
get you a couple waters, but like there's no it's
Gotta
like
be
a
the name of the episode.
the bed is like a single. It's not a double. So you're kind of like you got to be on your sides.
Like that college hang.
yeah, it's like a dorm bed
Yeah.
kind of thing, you know. So yeah, we made haste and we went to her place.
Who brought it up? Was she like, do you want to sleep over?
Yeah, I think she was. I mean,
So nice.
I think she was like into the whole night after that.
That's
Oh,
really
that's
nice.
good.
Yeah, I think she was into the whole night. We did like the sexting for a while after that, and then we realized that we live in different states, and
Yeah.
I was.
Did you have sex with her when you got back to her house?
I think we fooled around again. I don't honestly remember. It was very late because like we closed the bar down. I remember, and then we were in my van for a while, and so by the time we got back, it was like 4 or 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like one of those. Like we were just like kind of whatever, and then took a shower, and she was like, "I have to get up at 8." So she got like 2 hours of sleep.
Oh, my God.
Because I was wondering, like, maybe she didn't fuck you when you got back to her place, and she realized, like, oh, I was.
It was
into
just
the
the van.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
All about the
this guy. No, what have I done?
God, I wish she had you drive her home and then she was just like, okay, great night. See you
Yeah.
later. And you just slept in the van outside of her house.
Just like if you let me,
I'll be here.
I'll wash the dishes. I'll do anything. Yeah, that was the
Damn,
major one.
dude.
Yeah,
Were you
That's
ever
a good
scared sleeping in there?
I mean, once in a while, you're just like I was very. First of all, like I'm sober, so you're never like I was never getting in it drunk or fucked up.
Yeah.
I was never like, oh shit, I had a few, So
I
I was
can't drive the van.
or like you don't notice maybe someone weird hanging out.
Yeah.
Because like there was a couple, like I remember I was in I think Seattle with it once, and I was going back. I did a show in Seattle, and I was hanging out with some friends who were there, and then I went back, and I had parked it in a place. I was like, it's a nice street, nice neighborhood, but a guy was kind of watching me walk back, and I was like, all right, I don't like. You never want anybody knowing that you're in there.
Yeah.
You just don't. It's just not a good recipe for safety. You're like,
Yeah.
okay. So I just walked by my van. Because he was like on the other side, but he was eyeing me the whole time. I was like, I can't get in. So I just like, I'll fucking keep walking. He'll must leave. Kind of made a loop, and he was eyeing me the whole block, and really wouldn't. He kind of kept pacing the block kind of with me, and I was like, all right, this guy is fucking weird. So eventually I just got in the van, drove it, and fucking parked somewhere else because you just can't take risks because you're so exposed. You don't know what he's got on him.
Yeah.
So I was pretty careful about like checking things out, being in a neighborhood that I felt was like okay.
Yeah.
New York is actually very easy to do it in because no one gives a fuck about you.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like I would like during the day when I was like I might be like reading a book, I would have the doors wide open. People would look by and like, oh, clearly he lives in there. They couldn't give two shits.
Yeah.
If you did that in like a smaller town, they'd be like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Well, that's my buddy Ivan lived in his van for a little while.
Was he a comic?
Yeah.
Used to do comedy,
I
but
think you met him.
I didn't meet. I think that's
through
where
me.
I think I met. Yes, because you used to run the Eastville show.
Yeah.
and Murphy hooked us up. I think I also met Jess Levine there that night.
Yes.
but yeah,
Yeah.
And you might have done even Ivan's show. He was running a show back then.
yeah.
But he lived in a van, and he said he used to park like kind of under the Williamsburg Bridge, and the cops came over once, and he was like, fuck, they're going to tell me to move.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, hey, if you can, just pull up a little here. It's all right to stay here. Nobody's going to bother you.
Oh, that's
great.
good.
They were kind of like cool about it.
Did you ever have like the cops like
Never had a cop
come and
situation.
Be like, hey, you gotta
I was,
leave.
but I was very wary of like, I didn't want any cop attention. And not like I was like, I don't have any drugs and I don't have any weapons or anything, but you just don't want to be bothered by anybody. But so I was McCarran Park where I parked it a lot. There was a lot of other people living in their vans.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And I
A
was
nice little community.
Yeah, you got a neighborhood.
Yeah.
I never left any trash outside. Like I always like made sure the van just was kind of buttoned up. And yeah, so I was lucky, but also like, I'm a guy. So like I wasn't as worried about shit.
Yeah.
Like, like when I was in McCarran, there was a lady parked across from me for like a week it was just her and her dog.
Oh.
And I never went up to her because I didn't want to ever like, you give them space and shit. Like,
Nobody wants to really know their neighbors. It's like, keep away.
Hey, I'm in the van across the street. So if you need some,
If you ever want to hang out, I got some.
But I would notice her, and I was like, damn, she's just her and her dog, and so I'm sure she has a whole other set of like worries that I probably don't have as being like a bigger dude and shit,
Damn.
But I had like a couple like I had like a little fucking like hatchet in there, just in case to be like, yo. And I had like a little baseball, but just to be like, if something came about, you would want to be somewhat prepared.
Yeah.
You would probably just show it to like, do you really want to, you don't want to fucking deal with this, man.
I don't want to use this.
Also,
Don't
it's
make
like,
me use this.
my
That's
van.
a tough weapon to use.
Yeah. And I don't think it was that sharp, so it's like it's probably more blunt force than it is like going into you.
That news article would make you look so bad, dude. Man in van kills man with hatchet.
Homeless comedian, and I'm just in the middle of beating off or something, But yeah, dude, it's I was pretty lucky. I never got the knock. No one ever fucked with me. But you do hear stories.
Yeah,
you do hear stories of people
really?
like it. Yeah, just like the cops fucking with people, or like someone. I mean, the biggest thing is just like getting your shit broken into, and you like with the first when I got to New York and I was just in McCarran Park, it was so weird because I was like, all right. I was so paranoid of someone breaking in that I like stayed in the park all day. I was so worried to leave it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, dude, I have like my laptop is in there.
Yeah.
If someone fucks us up, like I'm
Your
kind of
whole life.
fucked right now. Like I would have to really like, so I got so like, I was just at the park all day and I would check on the van so much. And then as you realize like, okay, it's fine. Then I would just leave, it'd be fine. But for the first like couple weeks, I'd be like, I would just be in the park all day. I would like I had a lawn chair. I'd like go read in the park. And then I would like always be like kind of keep my eye on it. And then eventually like I can't live this way. I'm like in New York City. I'm in fucking one block because I'm too scared. So eventually I would kind of just be like, what are you going to do? Like I think it's fine. I hit everything. It's a very unattractive looking van. That's the other thing. It was not a nice big Sprinter. It looks like shit.
Like a work van.
It looks like a work van.
Damn.
It definitely helped that you weren't boozing.
Big time.
Because I could see that.
You could be sloppy.
Going around.
Oh, dude.
But there were like last summer that like during the heat wave, like, I would try to crash on friends' couches, but I didn't know that many people.
Mm-hmm.
I was new to New York. It was my first summer in New York. So I was out there, and sometimes like I was like, it's so hot in here that like I would sleep naked and have to crack the doors. I was just like, dude, I'm going to die in
That's
here.
so dangerous,
I know,
dude.
it's like crazy because
In
you're like
McCarran Park,
you're going
like,
to bed and you're just like
naked, no blanket.
just like out, bro.
Oh, the doors are cracked.
The doors are cracked. They're not open, but like if anybody noticed, like they would immediately be like, that door is ajar, and they could just open it and they would just find naked,
They're like, it's a body.
Yeah, I know. I would look like a fucking corpse laid out.
It would be nude homeless comedian. It's guy with hatchet.
Honestly, the best credit I would have at this point. I mean, I truly have nothing to my name.
Ooh, coming to the stage,
Yeah. You
Jake
might have
Silberman
seen-
from the New York Times.
Could use it. Could use a cred,
You're sober now.
I've been sober for like 6 years.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a rock bottom sober.
No?
I just kind of
Decided to get off of
I was smoked weed every day for a while, and then I started to get really paranoid, so I had to quit weed. And then booze, when I was drinking, I would get so depressed all of a sudden.
after the next day.
During even. I would be at the bar and I would be like, you got to kill yourself, man. You're the worst person in the fucking... It was just the self-talk would come in.
Really?
It would just be so bad. I was
You
like...
were like a guy that just got beat up in front of his kids.
It was. I was like, dude, your kid's never going to talk to you again. I don't even have a child. I'm like, your son hates you, man. But so I just have these horrible thoughts and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Interesting.
It'd be like one beer too.
Really?
It'd be like one beer and I'd be flooded with like the worst self-talk and I'd just be like, what? Why am I doing this still? I hate this now.
Oh, dude, I'd kill for that.
Yeah. It was great. I mean, and now it's like, I don't fucking like the money that people spend.
Oh my God.
It's, I mean, I see comics who are like, they're like, I'm so poor. I'm like, what are you buying?
You spent $100 last night.
I mean, at an open mic, like, what do you
On
think?
whiskey.
So it's like, yeah, I just cut it all out, and now it's easy. And now I don't even miss it. Once in a blue moon, I'll be like, I'll see a guy, and I'm like, maybe a beer would taste. And then I've done that a few times. Like in 6 years, I've probably had like 3 drinks.
Yeah.
At like a show or something. I'm like, all right, I'll try it. Immediately, like first sip, I'm like, I regret this. Like, there's,
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'll be like, I know it's gonna make me feel like shit. I immediately would get depressed again, and then it's like, what am I doing? Like, I don't need this. Yeah. So I probably haven't had one in like 2 years.
Oh damn.
That's good though, man.
Yeah.
If you know, like,
You just got to know yourself.
I know myself, and it's fucking. I have the opposite reaction.
You're like, I feel this is the best feeling in the world.
As soon as I have one drink, I'm like, I need 10.
Yeah, I know.
But my problem is that it's not good because I am like shot for the day. I don't want to do shit. I'm like, I just want to fucking party and drink and have a good time. And then the next day, I'm in.
Yeah.
Just got beat up in front of my kids mode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You get, that's me. It's the next day, the anxiety. And I'm like, fuck, what did I say?
Yeah.
To all those comics.
Especially
that were
now
hanging
when
out.
it's like things could be recorded.
Oh, yes.
Or just people have memories where they're like, oh, that guy. It's like, I don't know. So yeah. And like, honestly, like in Portland, my last girlfriend was a comic, and we dated for 4 years, and things have ended very amicably. We're still very good friends, and like whatever. But I knew moving to New York, another thing was like, I just won't ever date a comic again.
No.
Because it can go badly, and I've seen it go bad. Like I was lucky, like it went fine, and she's a very close person to me now. But I was like, it's such an easy thing, like to not get involved in New York comedy that way because I'm new. I'm like, I have this fresh start of like, I have no history with these people. And, it's like you meet people, you're attracted to people at mics or shows, but it's like, dude, I'm sober. I can just tell I never have that like, oh, fuck. I had a couple and I'm fucked up and I slept with this girl or whatever.
A little flirty.
Yeah.
Or even just getting a little flirty where you're like, maybe you're misreading it. Like all that shit is just so nice to avoid and have a clear head about because I'm just like, yep.
And then you can get the reputation that's bad from just a creepy flirt.
Totally.
Do you know what I mean? Like
people talk, man. Comics talk about everything, and if you're the guy who's like, he's had when he gets that way,
he's gonna start making moves.
And I was like, I moved here for comedy, so I'm gonna protect that on all costs. I don't want to get. And again, it wasn't like when I was in Portland, I was some fucking lush, but it's just such an easy line to be like. Because you can feel when people are flirting with you, and you're just like, maybe a vibe is happening. You're like, and all you have to do is, there's so many easy ways to extract yourself in like a polite way. Mm-hmm. But if you're drunk, man, that voice is just like, fuck it, just do it. Well, whatever. Then you're like, you're at a show, and you're like, no. I didn't want to be in that situation, like any of those situations. So it's like very easy for me to just do that now.
Yeah. I don't mess with that.
I would never date a comic.
But every New York comic who I've told this, they're like, oh, just wait. Like they all have this thing where it's like, it's coming. You're going to hook up with somebody. And I'm just like, maybe that was a you thing. Also, you guys are all like, maybe you're in your 20s and that's hard. But I was like, I'm in my 30s.
This
is not that hard.
Has like 20 million people here. You can meet.
Yeah. You don't need to meet a fucking comic.
It's also like, do you know what's nice is being around somebody that's not a comic.
It's the best.
Like
truly the best.
I talked to one of my buddies I haven't spoke to in like 6 months, and we just talked on the phone about fucking college football.
Yeah.
We talked about his kid and when our fantasy football draft is.
Yeah.
There was no mention of like, oh dude, this fucking sucks. I can't get into this club.
Yeah.
And it's like, God, it's a breath of fresh air. So if you had to deal with the, and I love comedy. It's my favorite thing on the planet. But if you had to deal with going to mics, doing shows, doing all this shit all day, talking to your comedy buddies, bitching and moaning, and then go home to your girl who is also like, I had to go up last on that show. And I'm like, no,
I know.
Keep it out of here.
Or even worse, she's like, oh yeah, these two A clubs are fighting over me. And you're like, yeah, sick. I love it.
I gotta kill myself right now. I'm gonna drink again.
I just did an open mic that they called a show. So
My son won't ever talk to me again. Woman, shut the fuck up.
Dude, there was this guy when I was in a flag football league years and years ago when I was 19 and can actually play. And there was this one team that was like our rival team. We only beat them once, but they were like all these like jack dudes that used to play high school football. The one dude would come out onto the field before the game wearing his old high school football helmet.
What a fucking loser.
He was, yes, but he was a
I'm sure he's a bad motherfucker, but you are a loser if you're doing that.
We used to make fun of him all the time.
Yeah.
But there was this older dude. He was like probably, the age is kind of skewed in my head now because I was so young.
Yeah.
But I think the dude was like in his 40s, had like a kid that was like we were talking about.
Yeah.
And he's the guy's name that he fought's name was like, we used to call him Gator. I think his name was Gator.
Gator.
We just didn't hear what his name was.
Yeah.
And he's talking to Gator and they're getting into it. And the dude, like, his body moves before he thinks. And he goes to throw a punch at Gator, this jacked ass dude, but like stops.
Because he knows he.
And he knows, and he's like, oh, fuck, I fucked up. So he just like kind of like taps him on the face in front of his kids. Right? Like this happens in front of his children. The Gator dude just ducked under him, picked him up, slammed him on the ground, and just beat the fucking shit
At a
out of
flag football game?
him. At a flag football game.
wow.
Just beat the piss out of him, like cracked his head open.
Oh
beat his
my
ass.
God.
And it's like
The kids are crying.
My
And-
brother was talking about it. He's like, never in a million years. He's like, never in a million years am I getting to that point in front of my kids unless I know, man. Like,
He knew.
that dude knew, and he's fucking, you know.
Oh, wait. It was the punchers' kids were there?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. I thought you meant the dude who body slammed. I was like, oh, the kids
If
are.
I was a huge badass, I would just take my kids around to watch me beat people up.
Oh,
All right, we're going to the gas station today, boys.
Jesus Christ.
Let's try to get into a fight with a homeless person.
Pathetic.
That's sad, dude. That's really sad. Oh, that's
That is
depressing.
tough.
R.I.P. that guy.
Dude, we're over an hour, dude, already.
Yeah. I gotta meet our boy Sean.
I know. You got to get out of here. Dude, thanks for coming. That was great. Tell the people, this will be out next week.
All right.
People where they can find you.
Yeah. My name is Jake Silberman, by the way. I don't know if
Yeah,
we
that's
ever
what I
said.
said.
Yeah,
Did
we
you
do.
say
We
it?
do an intro.
Oh,
but
you
do
do
an
an
intro later.
After
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm a mystery guy.
Yeah. No, we do. Yeah. We
Okay,
record
I was
this.
like, oh. I am at the Comedian Jake on all socials. I was like, yeah, this is crazy. Thecomedianjake.com are my dates. I'm not really on the road. It's mostly New York spots right now. I have some stuff I think coming up in the fall, but for right now, it's just local stuff. I run a show at the Stand twice a month called Whiskey and Water that happens on Sundays.
Great show.
Sundays. And yeah, follow my YouTube because I'm releasing a special, I think, in September. So
Oh, hell yeah.
it's just Jake Silberman, I think, on YouTube. But yeah, follow that. And yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Subscribe to Jake's YouTube. Check out that special in September. He's absolutely fucking hilarious. You could find me at Ray Zawodni on Instagram, Ray Zawodni on YouTube, and I got a special coming out as well, October 11th.
Oh,
called
shit.
Must Be Nice on Rhizome Comedy's
Nice.
YouTube channel.
There you go.
And I'm here every single Wednesday with Dylan Krasinski. Dylan, where can they find you, pal?
You can find me at Dylan Krasinski on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, and at Troublemakers on all those sites. We post clips 2, 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 times a week.
Jesus.
Go follow Jake. We're out every Wednesday. We'll see you next week, baby. Good night.